Hello everyone, and welcome back to another session on Snowflake. Thank you for joining in. Today, we're diving into scaling policies, specifically, how Snowflake manages the automatic scaling of multi-cluster warehouses to ensure optimal performance and efficient resource usage. As you may already know, when we use a multi-cluster warehouse, we can dynamically scale our compute clusters up or down based on workload. Let's say we have a single warehouse of size small. At certain peak times, the number of queries might exceed what this single warehouse can handle. This leads to delays, as queries end up in a queue. To avoid this bottleneck, Snowflake can automatically spin up additional clusters within a multi-cluster warehouse. This distributes the queued queries across multiple clusters, so users experience faster performance without waiting. This automatic scaling mechanism is known as autoscaling. Anyone can ask, when should we use a multi-cluster warehouse? Multi-cluster warehouses are best used when you expect higher concurrency, in other words, more users running queries at the same time. For example, during business hours in the afternoon when many users are accessing the system simultaneously. However, if you're dealing with complex queries that require more compute power, it's usually more effective to increase the size of your warehouse, rather than adding clusters. Snowflake offers two auto-scaling policies for multi-cluster warehouses. Standard, which is default, and Economy. Let's explore how they work. The standard policy prioritizes performance. It spins up a new cluster as soon as a query would be queued, or when Snowflake anticipates that the workload is too high for the current cluster setup. Clusters are deactivated once Snowflake performs 2 to 3 consecutive successful checks, generally 1 per minute, confirming that the workload can be handled by fewer clusters. So in summary, faster performance, slightly higher credit usage. The economy policy, on the other hand, focuses on cost efficiency. Here, Snowflake waits until there's enough query load to keep an additional cluster busy for at least 6 minutes before spinning it up. It will shut down a cluster only after 5 to 6 successful checks confirm that the current workload can be handled with fewer clusters. So in summary, lower credit usage might delay performance slightly during sudden spikes. Quick recap. Standard policy equals prioritizes performance. Clusters are started quickly and shut down after 2 to 3 successful checks. Economy policy equals prioritizes cost savings. Clusters are added only if the demand is sustained for 6 minutes, and removed after 5 to 6 successful checks. In our next session, we'll move from theory to practical application and talk about one of the most essential topics in Snowflake, how to create and manage databases and tables. So stick around, and I'll see you in the next lecture.